Hey yo, it's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talk. Welcome back, guys, to this episode of World of Tanks and another Masters class. I'm going to go off the top rope. We're calling this a Masters class. You like the my hair glows green when the sun comes out because my anyway. I should start over. I'm not going to because this is a Masters class because Bean Hole Bandit, he's in another new clan. Jeez, Bean in Clan Fines, which is pretty funny actually. Pretty funny considering Bean, but here he is in his, what is he in? He's in an Object 140. See, I don't even know what he's in. I'm calling it a Master's class because I saw the damage. And he's in a medium on Himmelsdorf. Are you kidding me? Let's see what Beanhole does. And this is a standard, though. It's not usual. Well, let me say it is usual, but it's not automatic that somebody will go to the hill on the standard mode, but it is important in critical terrain. So Bean comes up there, but what I think he notices immediately is there's just not much up here. Look at this. Just count noses. Just count noses, guys. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, the dead guy, 11, 12, artillery. That means only 3 more than the 2 that we see here could possibly be up here. And their 140 is down here. Well, well, well. Their 430U was seen headed this way, so that may be one of the guys coming up the hill. The rest of them are relatively slow other than the 50-51. Has he been seen? Well, yeah, he may show up too. There's an object behind him, but he's thumping the poor Object 140. Looks like the 430U has made his appearance. So now Bean is not in a great position here. This will be interesting to see how he handles it. And what he does is leave, it looks like. Is he going to completely bail? He just might. He just might. The Udez 15-16 takes a shot, and it looks like Bean says, nope. Oh, geez. Look out. There's a rock there. Oh, and the 15-16 draws some artillery in on Bean. That had to make Bean really happy right there. Bean's heading out. All right, that's fantastic. I told you this was a Masters class, folks. Well, it's not a Masters class in driving. Bean's drunk or something. But look at what's happening. And he sensed that much earlier than a lot of us would have. He went here, he got some shots. He sort of looked at it and went, well, it's okay for the moment that I don't have a lot of friends. And all of a sudden, the 15-16 started seeing dudes roll in. The 430U was being aggressive. The 50-51 hadn't been seen. Remember I mentioned that guy? All right, I haven't seen this, so we're just talking about this as we go. And Bean's team is rolling up the, the Russians call it the Banana Road, right? We call it Tank Alley usually on NA. But they are rolling up that bad boy, and that's where all his friends are. And it looks like Bean decides that he wants to have friends and not die alone. So off he goes. What are those guys doing? Did they stop? Or did they come down the outside road? This is interesting. Well, let's watch what happens with those 3 that won the top. Bean's team is leveraging their strength and rolling through them up there. The Emil went up the hill, so another great reason. Bean turns around, so let's see. Oh, I didn't show you what I'm doing, or show you what he's doing. It looks like he's actually going to come around here and try to stop these guys. Question is, do they come at him as a wolf pack, or have they spread to the winds? This will be interesting. Now, let's just analyze this a little bit because, and think about what Bean might be thinking in his brain. He'll go ahead and throw some stuff down below and let us know if we're right about this. But once the Reds won this, they had to have seen this act going on. I imagine several of them peeled off this way, and if Bean's lucky, only a couple came down this way that he can start dealing with. And it looks like the T-95 has turned around and is now backing Bean up. You know what? I didn't see if that T-95 was already on the way when Bean turned around. Maybe that's what it was. Let's go ahead and see how that flows. The danger now, though, unfortunately, is that Bean's team is also starting to spread out across the map. And this is now going to be a game probably determined. Holy cow, what on earth is that guy doing there? This might hurt. This is going to be a game probably determined on a lot of individual 2v1s, 1v1s, 2v3s, things like that. And I guess the FV, was he not reloaded? I didn't see. Did he shoot the 95? He may have. They're absolutely having their way with the FV, and down he goes. Yeah, the T-95 looks like he lost some hit points, so either it wasn't reloaded or it decided it wasn't going to have a good chance of hitting Bean, went after the T-95. That's pretty cool. And now Bean's flowing, and it looks like, so most of the enemy team went back, which is the exact right decision. At this tier, that's what you will generally see. You can more or less expect tier 9 and 10 players to go back in these situations, and now Bean's all of a sudden facing up a considerable number of tanks that have all flowed back. The other T-95 is in big trouble. He's getting swarmed. Wow. So Bean just risks one, is able to do a little wiggle jiggle. The T-30 misses. Uh-oh, there's somebody behind him. What's that? What's he doing? T-30's going after the T-95, but that's very interesting. Bean says, thank you very much, T-30. T-30 probably thought, well, I just need to take that shot. Bean should reload again before the T-30 reloads. Nope. Sorry, didn't happen. Was that the small gun? It certainly was, 399. So, Masters class, it may very well have been that Bean recognized that was a small gun. I did not. I don't know how different they look, to be honest. I'm not sure I can tell the difference between the small gun and the big gun via the model on a T-30, but that was hugely important because he only took, what, 299 or whatever it was? We are just now in pure reaction mode, and it looks like he's trying to keep the T-95 alive as much as possible. Unfortunately, the TVP gets a piece of him and takes him down. Comes on in there. TVP is on a reload. Thing reloads pretty quick. Is he going to get reloaded? No, he does not get reloaded. Bean wins another 1v1. But he's out of allies. So he's out of allies. He's got some big hitters. A Grille, a 110E4, the Emil 2 with an autoloader. Now, what has that Emil done? Very interesting. He was seen up top. Has he been up there sniping? Bean did not take any fire from him while he was out in the open there. Although he did not get too far to the, west. If you're further over where, yep, there he is. So he's got full hit points as well. Probably doesn't want to duel that guy. Wisely decides not to. Plus he's spotted, and if the Grille can fold back over, now he's got trouble. He doesn't have a lot of good options. He's really stuck in the middle. The EBR goes after the... I didn't even know they had a T-57. What has that guy been doing the whole time? Has he been in that corner? Oh, the Grille shows himself and dies, and now the 110E5 is thinking about coming at him. Why he did not just drive around that corner and shoot him, that's a huge mistake. Almost a snap right there. That 110E4 made a big mistake right there. He should have pushed out there and got a shot on Bean, but it might be that he's waiting for that, because the Emil is the problem now. Those two are going to have him sandwiched here momentarily. Especially if that Emil comes around behind him, then the EBR actually gets a piece of him, but it doesn't do any damage. He bounces it. That T-57, unbelievable. Why is he... Oh, look at that. The EBR is very foolish. Oh, here comes the 110E4 once. What's he doing? He's having a little bit of trouble with the fact that his turret is only 90 degrees. I wonder if that's just familiarity with the tank. Bean is absolutely eating this guy's lunch. Looks like he's just going to accept either... That was going to be close. He was dueling it right there, but he made it happen. Oh, no. Nice. I told you this was a Masters class, folks. I told you it was. The Emil's not looking at him. He's just going to come in here and shoot right into that pike nose. Is he out of shots? He might be. Doesn't matter. He's just going to keep shooting him down there. Now, this thing does reload relatively quickly. He has a lot of hit points. Is he going to get away? Oh, Bean tracks him. That was really nicely done. And it looks like he's used his kit. Now he's showing just his turret. He's going to shoot him into the front sprocket again. And this guy is absolutely doomed. He's hating life. Oh, he's going to get away? No. Right on, man. Well played. Well played. Beanhole Bandit and his object for 140. Did I say 430? I think I've been saying 430 the whole time. Why did I think he was in a 430? I have no idea. In his object 140. It is not a Masters class in tank ID for Guido today, all right? But it is a Masters class for Beanhole Bandit Clan Finds in his Tier 10 Object 140. An absolute wrecking ball. So there's a lot of goodness in this replay, guys. We all load into city maps and mediums and immediately start whining about, oh, medium, blah, blah, blah. There were a lot of other mediums, so there wasn't a whole lot of beef to chew through. You know, the 257, the 110E4, you know, the FV to some extent. But it's a very constrained space, and it's not very easy to run mediums in. He went up to the hill, probably a good initial play, took a few shots, realized that that was not the place to be, fell back, started headed for his own team, and then kind of saw what was going on. probably figured a good portion of them were headed back to their own cap, so he turned around to clean up the ones who were pushing into his cap, did a good job with the FV, and then just moved from space to space, attempted to keep a couple guys alive as best he could, helped them out, used them as leverage against the enemy, and then just simply won some 1v1s, 1v2s, and the rest of the fights that he ended up getting into. Just a really nice job. 6,922 damage, 2,360, 112 assists. Just a great example of using a medium in a city map. And dare I say, he meta-flexed. All right? That's all I've got, guys. Thanks for tuning in. If you'd like to support the channel, lots of ways to do that in the description. And we will see you.